There we go. Wow, that works. All right. I don't know. I think today I'm gonna get that, I'm a little tired. I'm gonna get that, alt fire working. Yeah. Let's see. What had I done? It calculates how many shots you need to fire, how long it's going to take to fire them. It sets the cooldown. How are you doing it? Attack cooldown, so on. Okay. And then how do I normally shoot? Oh yeah, this thing was going to become a struct. Okay. No, it's not needed. Kind of warm. Hang on. Hello, Niv. How am I architecting my engine? You need to be more specific. I'm using ECS. So I have a central registry and entities with components. Sorry, I've not been reading chat. I'm kind of tired. Not really fond of this. How do you make sense of the code base? You'd go crazy. I mean, I wrote it, so... It's easier to keep track of something you've written than something someone else has written. I don't like how I'm currently implementing this, so I might redo it. How far into the project am I? About 6 years. Ooh. I'm making a roguelite. Hello, Wesley. Yeah, right now I'm implementing the revolver's right click. But, you know, this is sort of what the game's like. Sort of thing. Doesn't quite work yet. Ignore the fact that the gun's sticking out really far. Like the map expansion. Oh, like the breaking walls and stuff. This stuff. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes leveling up breaks. I think I need to rewrite how I'm handling this. I don't like it. It's a little janky. I think this is also janky. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you can do a lot with the breaking walls thing. Oh, the game's in the way as well. Ah. Yeah, I see the problem. Maybe. Why did I learn to write C++? University, personal projects, and work. Getting a small corridor to funnel enemies through. Yeah, exactly. That's something you could do. That's absolutely something you could do. Oh, I'm stupid. There you go. Hey Zen. This should work. Hello, Brad. Fair enough. How are you guys? Build time's not that bad. You can't wishlist it. I did look into it. I don't think the game's far enough in development to put it on Steam. I mean, I could put it on there with some really basic screenshots. I don't know what the meta is, if waiting until the game's more mature first. I need to at least be concrete on the name. Woho's a peak name. Woho's a temporary name. I'm working on other names. It's the prototype name, if you like. Interesting that it shot one to the side there. This is my own engine, yeah. Hmm. Alright, I don't know why it sticks out so far. Why is it doing that? Let me think. Something's missing that I've forgotten. There's silly music. So why is that not instant? Oh wait. Oh. I think it's reloading. That makes sense. Let's try that for size. Hang on a minute. Your phone decides to break today? What happened? Hey. It's using the wrong sprite, mind you. It should be using this third one. You see, it's now using the proper sprite. Screen flickered for a bit during idle, went out. The phone's on. Oh, I had that with my last phone. Is it a Samsung? It might just be fucked. You can usually connect it to an external screen. Google phone. It's still possible that like something's been severed on the display cable then. Is it supposed to be that quick? Yes. It's entirely possible. A lot. Yeah, look here. Looks good. So the last animation on that now. There is a flamethrower. You get it connected and everything except the internal display is working. Been to the store today and took it apart and found it still connected. Probably a fried internal. Yeah, might be. Still cheaper to find a new one. Yeah. It sucks ass. I had it happen to me on holiday last time and it was our 4G tethering device as well. So we also just didn't have an internet connection in like rural Japan, which was something. It just sucks. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where like these devices are surprisingly fragile. You cannot dual wield right now, no. You like data-driven implementations? It's cool, yeah. Data-driven weapons. Oh yeah. Everything's in a JSON file now. It's nice and easy, huh? I could, for example, give the weapon like insane spread, hit save, go into the game, reload assets. I think you need to get the weapon again. Or restart, maybe? Yeah. And then you can see the weapon with the stupid spread. It's pretty nice, huh? Anyway, I think I need to increase the... Oh wait, what's your Alt-5 frame rate? We can just fiddle around with stuff like frame rate quite easy. Yeah, it's a little faster. You can also try decreasing it. I think I added back the auto reload on 0 thing. Hey Minus. I added back the auto reload when you fired all your shots thing. But I think it should wait an extra like attack interval before doing it. Because you don't get to see that last like firing animation, it looks a little janky, I think. I think the alt fire needs to be like really quick for it to even register. Bit fast maybe. We can reduce it to just 3. Even swap these around. Because technically it fires without a delay. Three, right? Hello, Kefsner. How are you? That looks pretty decent. If I can just fix the auto-reload delay thing. IMO, like, obviously I'm also going to make it, well, maybe not so obviously, but I'm going to make it so the fan the hammer has, shit accuracy. Because otherwise it's just the best way to use the gun. And this isn't meant to be a semi-auto, SMG that does 8 damage a shot. Even if that is very fun. I think you'd need you'd need an upgrade, or like, if you had homing shots or something, this would be mad. Oh, my music paused. YouTube doesn't want me enjoying myself. Is it just restarting? Right. I think the general fire animation's a little fast, so let's try 2020 maybe. Maybe 15 was fine. I don't know. This sort of stuff I shouldn't really be fiddling with too much. I want to get it in a state that I'm going to ignore it for a while, which is the goal. I think the yeah, something like that. Who cares? Let's fix the man. YouTube does not want me listening to this song. Let's not fiddle with this too much. Let me find a new soundtrack first. How about BA jazz cover? Ooh. Third installment. This is a derivative work. And they've listed human names on the instruments. There's a person with a trombone. These texts, like ammo, are just textures or a real text in a given font? It's a custom font that I made. This is the font. I have a... well, not a rasterizer, but I have a function that gives you the right subsprite to use when drawing. I'm not using Raylib. Have a look in the description, Bird. Weren't you here yesterday? Did you ask the same thing? Or am I losing it? Oh yeah, cool. Auto reloads. Yeah, I know what to do. Thank you, Kefsner. You've never asked that before. Oh, fair. Feel free to ask any questions. LibDonut is a library. There's a description on the GitHub covering what it handles. Are you working on your own projects, Kefsner? I think we might about is the beginning of the game and then the power-ups are not selectable via keyboard. Oh yeah. I also I was showing this off to Chris yesterday because she hasn't seen it in like a month or something, and we kind of agreed that like I think shifting the upgrades to be more like Risk of Rain or Vermintide, where you get like a consumable, you know, you get some kind of currency and then you spend that at a station to get a level up. It's a bit less jarring. And it's also exciting to explore and discover like an upgrade you can use. Whereas right now it just pauses the game for a second, which is a bit Vampire Survivors, but in that game you're basically constantly waiting for a level up, right? That's like the excitement, that's like the peak and the trough of the game, is like having to play the game and then getting to choose the upgrade. That's not really the point in this game. I don't want people's brains focusing on suddenly being jump scared by a level up screen. So I think making it, if the game's meant to be slow and methodical, then making it so the upgrades happen via station might be a smart idea. And then that also simplifies some of my bugs I've been having with upgrading. Anyway, we could make an upgrade station as well. As whether or not like I'd pepper them around the level, or I kind of like Risk of Rain's approach of having different styles of upgrade station, so you can focus on getting like utility or aggressive items or whatever. I also kind of like the idea of like having to fight a boss to get an upgrade, like Vermintide, or even just having the upgrade happen after the boss, like Devil Deals in Isaac. Oh, do you work on LLMs? That's neat. You're trying to learn game dev with a custom engine as well. Sick. How's your progress going? Okay, I'm going to... I just cut this stuff out. Alright, indeed. So... if I bring that back... Indeed. So now if I just change this to... Yeah, I like finding loot. Part of me is like, I'm frightened of stealing too much from other games, and the other part of me is like, that's stupid. I like these things, so I should add them, you know? I'm not like making a clone of these games. I think it's viable to see the bits that you like from certain things and steal them, basically. Art is theft in that sense, but I rather like the idea of how Risk of Rain handles its upgrades, so I might just steal it. Maybe I can find my own way to twist it up. I've had some thoughts about how, like, you know, in roguelikes always have like a normal upgrade path and then like a risk reward upgrade path. Like you have like your boring upgrades, like more damage or whatever, and then you have your exciting upgrades that's like you're stuck on 1 health but you do 20 times damage, or like your guns are replaced with broccoli, but the broccoli one-shots the final boss, or what, you know, there's always some gimmick rubbish, right? These are my sprites. So I think it'd be cool if like this game's version of the black market, like, and I was talking about this with Chris. Her idea was one of the black market characters could like take one of your arms, and then that would have you'd have one less weapon in your slot, but then you'd have like a utility item there. She likes the idea of being able to jump over a single wall. I have no fucking idea how to implement that, so I'm gonna bin that one for now. But the idea of having like a utility item bound to your second or slot, because a character like took your arm off is kind of metal, I think, or your legs or something. I don't know. Pretty early stages. The goal for today is an animation by dynamically changing UV chords. Ooh, 3D. Cool. What kind of stack are you working with then? Making art is to transform the existing to create a new. Yeah, I did not invent the idea of low resolutions or computers, but here I am. Anyway, I think the auto reload's not quite perfect yet. Like, this delay is exactly what I want. You see there's like the weapon delay? Reload. Instead of before it was instantly triggering the auto reload. I don't know if there's like a way to break it. Doesn't seem like it, does it? You can see the reload progress by looking at the bar. I think there's something maybe off with the auto fire thing. Because if you switch weapons, maybe it should cancel your like fan the hammer. Because right now it does not. The weapon has its own state stored on it. So when you activate fan the hammer with the revolver. Pretty sure you could pick this up, activate it, put it on the floor. That weapon now has fan the hammer activated, and if I pick it up, it's gonna trigger, yeah, which is kind of sick. But maybe I should make it so, if you switch away from it like cancels your alt fire. Maybe? I don't know. Nah, leave that in, it's cool. I don't know, it's kind of like jarring. Oh yeah, I need to add spread to it. Let me think. Fan the hammer should probably have its own random spread attached, huh? Yeah. Do I want to have to load that in? Technically, I should make it so you load that in. No. Not if I make it a generic component. Okay. Because I was talking about how I think these alt fires should be interchangeable. Like, if you pick up a sniper rifle, well, it's kind of useless on that because it's got one bullet. But if you pick up a rocket launcher, there should be a way to put the fan the hammer component on it. So you could right-click with a rocket launcher and really quickly shoot 4 rockets, because I think that's sick. I don't know how I'm doing that yet. I'm thinking there will be an upgrade station that you shove your gun in, and it gives it that alt fire, but then that kind of puts you off changing weapons. So I could also make it that when you... I don't know. Could be an upgrade on your person, like you learn how to fan the hammer a particular weapon. Nah, that's shit. I don't know. That's a problem for another day. Delegate. Alright. I'm not going to bother extracting this yet because I haven't thought that hard about how I... Sorry. How I want this to work. Alright. Is that really what I normally do? No, that's not right at all. Yeah, that's, yeah. It should be pi multiplied by that. 0 to pi multiplied by that. That makes sense. Okay. And I, you know, I could store that somewhere for my own sake. Oh, sorry. Does it need to be const expert inline? No, that makes no sense. Just, yeah, just make it static. Fine, whatever. It's just here as, like, as a code smell to remind me in the future to extract it. If that makes sense? Makes sense to me. I could even put it in common, you know. But then it gets hidden, you know. Yeah, whatever. Common stuff could also just be loaded out of a JSON file, so... Alright, that's fine. Random spread, then when I'm doing weapon... Maybe fire weapon should also take that in. Fire bullet. You are coming from calculate bullets, right? Well, I mean, we can just have another match. When we are calculating bullets, I think that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Standard normal distribution. I just probably need to build, don't I? You could leave it for a boss somehow. Use it for a boss. Imagine a speedrunner breaking your game with it. The right-click thing. Nah, it's not working. Okay. Why is that? You are a standard normal distribution float. You are a standard normal distribution float. I mean... Oh, cock, I'm stupid. Kind of hard to see the spread when the enemies are right in front of you. Hey, that works. So you normally fire perfectly... Well, it doesn't look like it's perfect straight, does it? Oh, it's because it's just picking from it just because you have the special attack. Oops. That's not right. I'll be smart, right? I need to make XP rare again, because it's kind of annoying constantly getting that level up screen. Yeah, look. It's like decently accurate still, to be perfectly honest. Maybe too accurate. Hang on, this XP thing's annoying me. Make it a bigger number. Alright, here we go. So right-clicking is fairly inaccurate, but it does auto-fire. And then it auto-reloads at the end, which is kind of nice. There's nothing stopping you from just holding right-click down and just spamming it, which I think's pretty fine. Likewise, you can also just tap. I don't know what that was. What? Oh, did I hit mouse 4? Yeah, MGUI does not like mouse 4. I don't know why, but the game just crashes if you hit mouse 4. Because of MGUI. I'm guessing there's a way to tell it how many mouse buttons you have, but... Weird, right? My mouse button's apparently -1. If you can believe it. Guaranteed to be stable. There you go. Quite a problem. Quite a problem that me just clicking the mouse activated my side buttons, actually. Don't like that. How you check if it's in range? Oh yeah. I'm sure there's something I could do. But anyway, my point being, like, you can single fire, and it will do your remaining shots with Ban the Hammer. So if you have, like, 2 shots left, it'll just fire the last 2. So you don't have to have full ammo to do it. Technically, if you're going with, like, the McCree style thing, you'd, like, just spawn in. Or do you require full ammo? Actually, I don't remember. Maybe this is how McCree's one worked. It's been a while since I played Overwatch. Or was it just a skill and it just spawned a bunch of bullets? I really don't remember. It still seems quite inaccurate. Why is that? Wait, no. Weird. The Sigma on this one's crazy style. Fail. Why? Am I stupid? Yes. This is also, I think, setting the value of weapon wrap and spread to fan the hammer wrap. Yeah, this is stupid. I'm not setting the reference. I'm actually setting what's within the reference. So what do I need to do? I need to do this? Is there syntax for that? Address of? This is dereference. Can you not set the address of? You know what I mean, right? Like clearly here, I am setting. Hello, Varley. I think I'm setting the weapons random spread to. Who have found the hammer random spread, which is stupid. I guess you can't reassign the reference like this. I could use just a pointer for now, to be perfectly honest. Just a unique pointer. Why be fancy? I could also do weapon.get spread as well. It doesn't require full ammo. Oh, McCree's thing. Okay. I'm gonna go with this. This does the job. So spread is going to be... Well, actually, is unique pointer the right thing for this? No, probably not, actually. Hang on. Would you guys crucify me if I just made it a pointer? I mean, I say, why does it need to be... No, it needs to be a reference because you need to update... RNG running... What am I trying to do? So I need to have a reference to a standard normal distribution to call the random engine on. So that's why I can't just have a copy of it. I ideally want to have... By default, use weapon spread, but if they've alt-fired with fan the hammer, then I actually want to point towards the fan the hammer weapons random spread. And then later down here, when I'm calling the RNG on it, I'd like it to refer back up here. So I was thinking that like a unique pointer would do for that, or just a pointer, because I made a mistake here. You know, I'm assigning the value that is being dereferenced here to this, which is not, you know, it works the first time, but pretty stupid, huh? Doesn't unset itself. So I was just thinking like I don't remember I wasn't allowed to do make unique on this for some reason. A regular pointer should be unique pointer implies ownership rather than referencing something remote. Oh, okay. Yeah, unique pointer is like holding on to. It's holding on to it. It's saying that I own your lifetime, right? So yeah. So what do I do? That? Yeah. And then that. And then down here. That. Oh, nearly. Hang on a moment. What is the fucking syntax for this shit? Some bullshit, right? Like a dereference, please. Which I thought was using a little one of those lads. Oh, it's like this, isn't it? This always gets me. I don't use pointers a lot because they're... To be honest, we get told off when we use them. Like raw raw pointers we don't use. We normally use the wrappers. But yeah, let's see. Yeah. Wasn't there was some syntactic sugar to get around that? Is that just using the arrow? That was the syntactic sugar? When the reference is bound, you can't rebound it to another variable. Yeah, I think I wanted to use a pointer, but my gut was like, don't use pointers unless you absolutely have to. So I was using a reference where it wasn't really needed. But that's fine, not a problem. This was actually a proper use case. So you see here, I've got that really dodgy spread for right-clicking, and then hopefully left-clicking should be perfectly straight. Yeah, look at that, nice and easy. Nice. So this has been a long time coming to implement. Huh? It'll be nice when there's sound effects, because you'll have to have like the sound of like a metal cracking and clicking and spinning and like a. I went on maybe I can play it on stream. I went on Pixabay. You have to be careful with Pixabay now, chat. It has AI sounds on it, but I'm pretty sure some of these older ones will be fine. But they have like, listen to that, revolver spin. Or whatever. They have a million things, and they have all these sound effects. Sorry if I jump scared you. Oh. They have some nice things. I think you run that through Audacity, like rough it up a bit, it might do okay. The problem is everyone uses the same royalty-free sound effects. So if I really wanted to be a cool, unique gamer, I'd go out and record my own. I'd buy like a bunch of Nerf guns or something. I don't think it would make the same sound. I don't know what makes the same sound as a revolver spinning. Like a jar of nails being spun around in the dishwasher? I don't know. You get the idea. Actually, maybe if I ran like a nail across the mesh on the front of my fan, it would go like... I could use that. That's the shorthand, but if X is the call operator, not so easily named. If it's a class, you can get away with it, but then it's even worse. Oh, yeah. Alright, so look at that. I got multi-shot working. I have no idea how it would look on the other guns. Kind of curious about it. I have a feeling it would just make this thing shoot faster. Yeah, alright. So what you could also do is have the have this add on to its normal spreader. So that'd be funny. Alright, let's work on the XP stations, because then I can gut the current level up system that I don't particularly like. So let's just make something quick and easy. Let's see. I'm going to make the level up station a particle. I'm going to make it an entity, not a tile, because I want it to have space in the world and to be interactable, and I don't want to fuck around with the tile set more. I think this is chill. Let's see. You want it to be one tile from now is fine. I'm deleting this spawn tile thing. It's not needed. Yeah. Let's see. The most bog standard video game level up station is obviously going to be like a fucking obelisk thing. Or something like this. But I have a fucking obelisk, right? You do this old number, you go into fucking shading, and then you can... Yeah, look at that. They call me the speedrun pixel art. No one's called me that, but... It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? For something I made in 3 seconds. How do you create animations in 2D? I like Aseprite. That's the tool you're looking at here. Aseprite is very easy. It's just got a... Do I have anything here that's just animated? Maybe one of the old weapons? View... Where have you gone? Timeline? There we go. You can just add stuff on a timeline. Down here. You can have multiple frames. And then, you know, works the same way as it would work in 3D, right? You got a timeline, you got keyframe. Well, you don't have keyframes in this, do you? No, you just have frames. I don't know. I don't think Aseprite is tweening. There might be a plugin that does something like that. But, you know. I always export it to a flat PNG, and then I have my own animation system in the game that knows which frame to draw when. Anyway, this thing is going to be a fun obelisk thing. I think that's fun. I like a nice obelisk. Have a little moss growing on the side of you or something. This'll do. I like that I've accidentally made like a cool little eye thing on it. Alright, that'll do. And then you can give it this game has like this like sort of like theme going on with like these source engine missing textures. So I could say that the upgrade station, if it's not been used yet, looks like this. And then if it has been used, you know, I could have an animation in the middle for it being used, and then an animation for it being broken, maybe. Look at this. Someone showed me this the other day. You can do arithmetic in Aspirate. Isn't that cool? Hello, Andrew. I'm just quickly making a level up station for my game to replace the current level up system, which is a bit... Right. So this is it. Active... I don't know, just have a couple of... just cycle between 2 frames, I think. Something easy. Not going to spend too long on it. When you use it, I think it should crumble, so we can, you know, just quickly do something like this. I don't know. Again, like, just to get an idea, I don't want to spend more than, like, a few seconds on this, but I also like drawing. Drawing is fun. Also, this idea I've quite literally just come up with, but it's kind of sitting with me pretty nice. That's it, crumbling, and then here it is, being crumbled. Wow. Good enough, right? Does the job. Took 3 seconds to make. And then, you know, while I'm at it, we can do a little shading if you want. There you go. Upgrade station. It's nice, isn't it? Alright, good enough. Gives you a mental image. What is it? Who knows? It's a fucking silly block. So, not going to save your spawn tile, you're going to be level station. Oh, what did I want to call it? Level up station? Upgrade station? It's called upgrade station. PNG. What does the white do? Looks cool. It's just an animation. That's all. I don't know how it will look. I mean, I could load it in, but this is just... There's an idle animation, a activated animation, and then a dead animation. So I'm going to go to... Oh, do I need to have a new JSON now to... no, I don't. I can do this another time. Let's just crack on. I'm going to add a new component called level up station. Or what did I call it? Upgrade station. It's going to have a state, I guess. I could just have a enum state. That's okay in this case. It's namespaced within this struct. Sure, why not? And it's going to be idle using exploding used, and we can have that held on to. Which compiler am I using? MSVC. It could be even more explicit if you really want, but it's, yeah, it's kind of unnecessary in it. Let's see. So you start off as idle. And that's all I care about for now. You'll probably need to count down your animation somehow. So we can also have a, what was it? Float, time float, whatever. This thing. Time until used. I don't know. Yeah, I'll need to store that somehow. I don't know if this is quite right yet. I made the mistake of clicking on the already open Unity window. Time to wait 10 minutes. What on earth? Unity, huh? Okay, let me think. In our asset manager, we're pretty a little janky about this now, just to get it in the game first, and then we can make it pretty. Oh, actually, I'll need to have... We have stuff like solo animation. Oh, my mouse needs battery. Do I have a... I do. Let me think for a second. We have, is it data or is it a component? I think it's a component, right? Yeah, we have stuff like solo animation, character animation, so on and so forth. I think, we're gonna want like a... What would you call a interactable tile? Like a thing, like not an entity, but maybe because entity is like an overloaded word, right? You have actors. I think that's pretty clear what those are. You want like a class of objects, like upgrade stations. What would you call that? Structure? Structure animation? I could go with it. This cable not plugged in. Why is it not charging my mouse? I'll fix this later. Let's call it structure. I don't want to spend too long on it. And we'll just do something like, what did I say? Idle. Well, actually. Is level up station button. Is upgrade station. Building, something like that, yeah. Let's what was it called? Upgrade station. Let's call this let's extract that and call it structure state. Idle used dead. Dead? Immobile, unusable, used. Just used. Dead. Collapsing. Idle. Collapsing. Rubble. I don't know. Collapsed. Unused. Yeah, dead. Whatever. Good enough. We can even have a structure for that. Oh. Let's just call it structure. So you're going to have a structure state. Collapse timer. And then we'll have a struct is upgrade station as a tag. So these are some new things, and I want to have these higher up. Where did I have the animation? It's around here, right? Let's have it here, that's fine. Structure animation. So you're gonna have based on structure state. Each of these will need an animation, right? So you're gonna want to load in this. Okay, and then, yeah, of course. So we'll need to have a load structure animation thing somewhere. Will we? How do I normally load these in? Load character animation. And then you are... array of shared pointer. I guess I could keep track of the types of structures. It might simplify some things. Does also make the is upgrade station thing pointless, which is fine, it's the same thing. So instead this is going to be enum class structure type. Type's kind of a disgusting thing to have in a name, but we've got weapon type, so it's at least sticking to that, right? We're just gonna have upgrade station. Yeah, you can have health station or whatever, right? An upgrade station might even be too generic. You know, this should maybe be, well, whatever. So you're also gonna have a structure type. Let's keep things easy. And I'll call it structure type and structure state, because I don't like... I'm trying to go away from using names like type and state as member things. I don't know, maybe it's okay. It's just, it can cause problems. Considering it's not going to be checked that often. I don't know. I have a linter after all. A linter? I have a... You know, I can always hover over something to see... what type it is. Whatever. This is okay. So we're gonna have all... structure data? No. All animations. And then you'll need to be cast, right? Yeah. I do like having that little const expert thing implied by the time. I'm not married to one thought. We can go with this. I think it's specifically making structs and enums with the name state and just having that. Because then that makes, especially with refactoring with the tools I've got in this program, makes stuff a hassle. I guess this is probably fine. I'm probably not going to rename that anyway. Yeah. Whatever. I'm easily influenced. It's amazing I haven't bought a car. Alright, let's see. Sure. Well, actually, you could be the animations, right? I bit my tongue. It hurts. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, this file is like one of my big must refactor at some point files. It's messy. It's full of nonsense. How do I want this? I guess at some point maybe I'd have to extract this to a JSON. I don't know. I do like that while reloading, so now that's let's keep it easy. Something like this. Not super happy with this. We'll extract it to JSON at some point. What did I call this? Upgrade station. Yeah, I need to redo this slightly. So for all structure type, for every new structure, we create a new animation sprite ID, the file path plus structure name. What did I call them? I haven't tried Z. People ask me about it. I'll be honest, I've only ever heard about it while I stream. I've never heard of it outside of Twitch and YouTube. A string viewer. Can I make you a const char pointer? Wait, no, right. Anyway, You're British, aren't you? How could you tell? F2, try. Do your thing. Oh, wow. Can't believe it. Wow, incredible. Does that make sense to... now I'm confused. Oh, the World Cup. World Cup. I've not been following it. I kept asking people if they wanted to go and see it, and they were just putting me off. Well, they're putting me off, they were ghosting me, so I just stopped following. Wow, England's in the semi-finals. When will we last in the semi-finals? That's insane. Mbappe is leading with goals. He's tied with Messi. You can tie Messi. France looks strong though. Germany dropped out round of 32. Oh yeah. Well, nice. Good luck, team. I'm sure we can do it. What happens if we win? Do I get to have national pride? We're not really meant to have that as British people. Spent a few years in Britain and the US. Ooh, whereabouts? US sounds exciting as well. Minus current year, it would have been like a pretty cool place to visit. You know, like a decade ago or something. I would have been quite like to go there. Okay, let me think. Structured data. TBH. It's having a list of... Just copy the structure animation for each component made. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Although in reality this is just a set of sequences, isn't it? Oh, whatever. This will work until I come up with a reason that it won't work. Texas and Birmingham. Oh my god. Well, aren't Brummies friendly? I have the mental image of like the US South is like, it's simultaneously insanely like conservative, but then also they've got like a few cities that are like insanely like nice and friendly and LGBTQ plus supportive and progressive is the word I'm thinking of. What was it? Was it not Houston? What other? I don't know Texas very well. Texas big cities. Houston? Dallas? I don't know about Dallas. Austin. I think Austin, Texas was meant to be pretty... I mean, I don't know a lot about the US, mind you. I think Austin is like a pretty nice place to live, right? And then you go like a few... Well, I don't know, a few miles away is probably the size of France, but... You suddenly go to like gunslinging town. Only deals in absolutes, yeah. How did you like them both? Did you enjoy that everything in Birmingham could be reached with a hop, skip, and a jump? Or did you like having did you have a big car in the US or what? My image of the US is just completely straight lines everywhere. Both were nice. Probably quite a good variety of food, I would imagine, right? Are we winning? Maybe. Let's see, so for every structure type you have, we need to insert... You're not happy being a const char pointer, are you? I could swear I've used something like that before. You always string view? Well, here I've got you as a char pointer. Hang on a minute. Cannot add 2 pointers. Got C string? Or do you have to dereference the char pointer? How the fuck does this shit work? Hang on, I'm being stupid. FMT format even might just handle that for me. I don't have to think about it. Come on. Yeah, it's probably fine, right? 6-liter diesel. Even as a farm kid from Germany, Texan farms are crazy. I mean, they're like the size of towns, right? They're having such an incredible amount of land. I went to do a barbecue one day. They gave you a rifle and told you to get your meat. What the fuck? Dude, Birmingham's crazy. Alright, let's see. You are not going to be I, you should be state index. Welcome. Welcome I. You're going to be type index. A little bit of copying and stuff going around here. Probably fine. Why are you angry at me? Oh, do I need to turn this FMT format thing into a C string? I can do that for you if you'd like, graphics image. It's simple for me. Now you're angry. I deleted a fucking curly brace or something, didn't I? Did I? Why are you angry? Hang on, I'm stupid. Ah, it's just trying to fuck with me, isn't it? My music ended. Hang on a minute. I can find more. If you want to load... What kind of game are you developing? A mess, apparently. I'm making a roguelike. Like a roguelike shooter. Like Nuclear Throne. Ah, of course. Structure animations is... Load structure animations, starting here. I wonder if this works. Alright, this shouldn't... I guess you haven't seen the game yet. I've just been typing. This is the game. I'm gonna add... Currently when you level up, it just like... immediately pops up this thing on the screen. Like this. So I'm gonna replace this with having a little rock dude that I made in about 30 seconds. Oh, you're doing embedded as well? I'm doing embedded, dude. Embedded C++. Spicy. Nice. We're rare these days, you know? My weekend was... it's fine. I did, I tried the Stairmaster at the gym for the first time, because I went to the gym and I forgot my phone. So I wasn't sure what to do. I spent a lot of the time just chatting with Chris and trying to do some exercises, but at some point she was like, just use the Stairmaster. So I went on the Stairmaster, I did 10 minutes, and I did like 500 and something steps. That was rough. Gym without music, gym without music, gym without knowing like what weights to do. Hello, Dano. Like I remember roughly what to do, but also my heart wasn't in it, I'll be honest. I'd literally gone the day before and done arm day. So doing arm day and then immediately going to try and do leg day for me is quite tough, because a lot of leg exercises you need to clamp yourself into some, you know, and like push with your legs or whatever. It's rough. It's a hard one to do back to back for me. But then doing Stairmaster was something. Yeah. I climbed a fucking mountain, and this I don't think my heart rate went so high. I might have. It would have been good practice, I'll be honest. I did that before I started going to the gym. And I keep thinking, like, if I did it again, if I ever did it again, I'd find it so much easier now, because my heart functions. I have some cardiovascular strength now. Anyway, speaking of climbing mountains, I'm going to spawn in a thing. A level up station. Now, I think I left in something, a little treat for myself. What was it? Spawn room tile? You're going to be repurposed. Spawn upgrade station. We're going to add... upgrade... structure. Structure. What's wrong, little guy? There we go. And then I thought you had type or something. Oh, stop typing. There's mountains in the Netherlands. There's mountains in Great Japan. Structure type is going to be upgrade station. Fine. How about that, little guy? You are angry at me. How about that? Star if anyone cares. It's your link got deleted, Alex. You hate the Stairmaster because in Germany stairs are standardized. They are? Huh. Hello, Lunatic. Thoughts about adding TF2 inspired weapons to your game? Wait until you see the weapons I've got in my game. You'll see a few. You'll see it. Alright, so you're going to have a strong blah, 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 and then I'm also going to want to add static animation, add animation, add character animations in here somewhere, right? There. Let's just add animation, alright. Grabbing a new one. Add structure animation. You're going to pass in a reference to a structure animation. We're going to add that on the entity. Your default thing is going to be structure state idle, I guess. It doesn't massively matter, but whatever. I'll store that in here. Somewhere like this. Why not? Bam, bam, bam. You get sued if you're violating the standards. That's bonkers. I do still have the DDS in the game. There's no kunai. Although, You can get a health on kill upgrade and stab stuff. There's no backstabbing though. Yet. There is a revolver. I keep thinking like headshots would be a fun thing to implement, but headshots in top down are so Obviously there's nothing to stop me from saying does the bullet hit the top half of the hitbox? Like that's trivial, but it's kinda doesn't really work in 2D. I think random crits makes more sense. Anyway. Or hitting like a certain angle, like if they're walking this way and you hit them from behind, that makes more sense. Okay, anyway, add animation, character animation. I need to add structure animation to my structure, please. And you're gonna add in something like this. And then obviously this can be extracted in its own leisure. Why are you angry at me? You were expecting a const reference to a static animation, structure animation. Maybe it just needs to build. I think random crits makes sense in this kind of game. From the player, I think enemies having random crits is pretty BS. Unless they get the crit upgrade, of course. But I think it's pretty arcadey. So you're expecting a const structure animation reference. You are I thought, array. Whoa. Tunes. You are a array of structure animation. Huh? Do you not know the asset manager? You should. Let me just compile again. Maybe he was just feeling funny today. No, he wasn't. Oh, I probably need to cast you to size T, right? Yeah. That makes sense. Always static cast size T. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so you got a transform, you got a is structure, you got this. You don't have any physics. Could make you really heavy. You're not gonna move. Why not? See what happens. Mass is 9999999. I don't know. I don't know what that's gonna do. If you touch it, maybe it launches you away. The speed of sound. I have no idea. What do you normally? Vec 3? Vec 3? Vec 2? Sure. What else might you want? Probably a collision hull of some kind. It's usually useful. It's gonna be round. Careful. This is when having a square one might have made sense, but so on and so forth. Yeah, and give him a little collision hull. So your group is gonna be radius, I don't know. 0.5. Your group can be nothing. But you will collide. Can your group and mask be nothing? Does that truly make sense? I don't know what happens if you do that. Oh, you mean it's an int, so you have to give it something, right? I guess I can give it a structure. Something like that. So you're going to be a structure, and you're going to collide against player, and you're just going to collide against fucking everything, I guess. Yeah, why not? Don't know what that'll do. We'll find out. Ooh, dear. You're angry about that one. Has nested equivalent operands. Yeah, you do, don't you? And you are... Am I dumb? Yeah, I am. Don't answer that. Alright, well, whatever. Now I just need to spawn one somewhere, so... Level generator system. Map. Structure. Structure spawn positions. And you're going to be structure type. And where's enemy spawn positions being added to? It's in here, right? Roll enemy spawn. How about this? Just copy it. This is fine. No, like, thought being put into this right now, by the way, just to get something going. Just to have something in place. Let's say you have a 0.02% chance. Wait, hang on, random percentage isn't in, right? Do I have ways of... I haven't embodied... how long... I've been doing embedded C++ for a couple of years. Before that I was doing mobile app development. So I was doing iOS and Android stuff. But my current career is embedded C++. It's quite the shift. Although there's a surprising amount of crossover. You know, you're working on a small computer. It's different to writing like a host application in both senses. But I like how in embedded there's actually a surprising amount of crossover with game development, like having to think about really restrictive well, restrictions, you know, having like no RAM or having very little SRAM, very little flash. It's fun to work with limitations, I think. Anyway, we can just roll the RNG thing twice. That basically lets you have a smaller chance. How that works? I don't know. I'm not really thinking, I'm going to be honest, if that's obvious. Let's see if that worked. A bit of game dev, is it really that similar? It's similar in that sense, like the resource management. It's one of the other few industries where you actually have to care about... Well, you always need to care. It's one of the few industries, game development and embedded, where your higher-ups care about your code and the performance and the space it takes up and so on and so forth, you know. If you can fit more code on that chip, then you can ship more features. You can sell more products. In a game, you know, it's a real-time system. You have so many milliseconds to perform everything. Otherwise the game gets laggy. It's not fun, you know. Why are you angry at me? How about now? Become happy. You're starting a new grad full stack job soon, but you want to pivot to something low level because you enjoyed OS and computer architecture courses. Any tips for your transition? My transition was not quite so much by choice, so I can't give you advice on that sense. The tips, and regardless of how the choice was made, in terms of picking up a new... What's the word? Field? Let's say field. you just have to shove your head in the deep end, basically. Like, I picked up like some small embedded devices, some little nucleos, whatever, and just fucked around with them, tried getting the lights blinking. I obsessed in the early months with learning as much as I could as fast as possible, because I realized how out of my water I was. And I picked it up pretty quick. Like, I now am competent, and obviously I'm always learning stuff. Two years is not that long, or 1 year, or however long it's been. How long has it? I don't know. No, it's only been a year and a half, I think. I don't know, whatever. A year and a half, 2 years, a year. I'm relatively competent now. And that's me working it as a full-time job. So if you start there, it's not going to be so different as if you started in your current field, you know. But yeah, if you want to pivot into something like low-level, do low-level projects. Get your CV, get your GitHub looking pretty. Understand as much as you can. Buy a book or two. Just click through it. It's very different walking up and being new to something and knowing how to talk about it than having to ask where to start. They're very different things. Have I tried Rust for embedded? Yeah, I did one small project with it. We used Embassy, which is a asynchronous Rust library for embedded, and it compiles down to like a lot of very complicated state machines, so it's kind of inefficient, but it's really interesting how it works. It was a little while ago now, but IMO embedded Rust is really hard, but I've only used it a little bit. I'm sure you could learn it like anything else, but you have to think really, really hard about how to re-architecture everything. And for me, when I did it, I was an absolute beginner in embedded. I was kind of getting the normal stack that you work with on C++, at least. I'm sure C is quite similar. I felt, at least, that the way you had to architect stuff for Rust was very different. But that was my sort of beginner thoughts on it. Maybe you'd have different experience. It's worth trying. If you're being given time to learn for free, then it's worth doing. If they're asking you to completely jump ship, then be cautious. But Rust's cool. There's a future in it, I'd say. Oh, there you go, Lunatic. Look, the game. Do you recognize any of these sort of weapons vaguely? There's a shotgun with 6 shots in it. It's grey. There's a flamethrower. You could right click. It doesn't do anything, but there is a air blast I'll implement at some point. A little revolver. I mean, this is a RuneScape dagger. Weapons look great. Thanks. There's a sniper rifle. Kaboo! You know. Anyway, are there any upgrade stations that spawned? I'm not doing anything with that array. You know what? Let's just make them... let's just make it so you spawn them 1% of the time. That's fine. They're going to be everywhere. That's okay. In Systems Manager, when I'm doing this stuff, we're going to want... Oh, I can delete some of this shit. This is going to be... Structure, spawn, position. You're going to want to spawn... Well, I call it spawn upgrade station. I guess I could call it spawn structure. I was thinking about that earlier. Why not pivot already? I love when typing it is faster than waiting for it to load. Aye. Structure, type. Whatever. Whatever. You're gonna be like this. You're gonna... Oh, come on now. You're gonna... Come on. Spawn upgrade. I've got my keyboard in gamer mode, that's why. That's why. Those wooting keys. Okay, we're spawning structures 1% of the time. They will probably spawn on top of enemies and stop them from moving. Whatever. I just want to see them existing. Someone's angry at me. You are. Did I replace the wrong thing in the header? Yes, because I'm dumb. There you go. Spawn upgrade station. I knew that was going to cause problems. Alright. I look into Odin briefly. I mean, it's one of those things that Twitch and YouTube chat like to ask me about, but I don't know much about it otherwise. It's another one of those like C++ supersets, right? Or whatever. Replacements. I don't know. My thought with those things is like using a language that's existed for a long time and has a lot of support and a lot of experience around is nice. It's nice having something at the whim of a company. Obviously, you're at the whim of the C++ round table or whatever, but you know, the committee. Stuff like, you know, what was it, Carbon? I was going to go Charpol. Carbon looked cool, and then I'm pretty sure Google's sunset it like immediately. Or are they doing something with it? I haven't heard about it in a while. So, you know, at least with C++, this shit's been around since like the 1900s. Anyway, look, there's an upgrade station. Doesn't look like it's being collided with. That's okay. I can just make it so the player collides with that. So you collide with a pickup. You're also going to collide with a structure. That's okay. You're going to collide with structure. I guess it itself doesn't need to collide with much. Whatever. The weapon on the ground is going to go through it. That's okay. You like the nice tool chain. It is nice on C++ that everything exists, yeah. It's a nice feature. Let's see. And look, they're solid now. I gave them such an insane mass. You could maybe push them if you were heavy enough, or go through them. They're clearly going through them, but I think that's okay. Is it? I don't know if it's okay. It's funny that you can squeeze your way through them though, because they technically have a round hitbox, and there's a spot here where you can just kind of squeeze through. That's funny. Do rockets explode on them? No. That's good, probably. Probably should be animating them some. Oh, it's being moved by that thing. I wonder if I need a way to say that it's a solid object but not a tile. Every bug is also a feature. It looked like I could only... yeah, you need a bit of speed and then you can squish through. That's kind of fun. But for normal ones, I think you're not really likely to do that. I could also just increase the mass by like a few more million. Not really the goal though. You. Let me think. Spawn structure. Yeah, I mean, at some point, adding more... How big? What's the max float? I don't know. Maybe we're hitting it. At some point, it clearly doesn't matter, right? So maybe I should have a special case for solid objects. Like you can squeeze through it anyway. It just means that like it's going to resolve you very quickly. Whatever. It doesn't need to be fancy for now. We can even just make it mess like this. I think that does mean that other stuff will push them around though. A funny thought. I guess that's okay for now. I could just have a immovable flag or something. Oh, look, you can move it now. Isn't that funny? Physics. And look at it go, because it's so heavy, it's not going to be stopped by anything except a wall. Because of inertia. It's a funny thing, right? You can give it a bit of speed. Can I maybe send it through a wall? If I push hard enough. They're not interacting with each other, that makes sense. Can I make it build up like a ton of speed if I shove it into this corner here? If I just keep pushing into it, maybe. I mean, it shouldn't. Whatever. I'm really fucking around here. That's funny. Anyway, these things shouldn't collide with anything, I think. They can collide with other structures, but that should resolve it being pushed by other things, I think. Not that that matters. Does it? Wait, hang on. Have I just solved the problem I was claiming to have? Oh, I'm giving it a huge mass now. It doesn't massively matter, but... I wonder if there's a problem with giving something such a big mass. Oh wait, it's the other way around. Interesting. Anyway, I'm spending time on something I shouldn't be. Got... Like, let's give myself 10 more minutes. Let's implement a thing where you can press E near it and it will trigger the level up screen. How about that? So in action responder system, we have inventory.just pressed interact. And we're doing that sort of stuff here. You know, I could make the tile underneath a solid tile, and then make the station on top of it the thing you interact with. It's a thought. It's just a thought. Like, this thing could be standing on top of something that's the size of a tile and like, looks like this, you know? I don't know. Just a thought. Could solve my problem. In fact, it probably would solve the problem. Anyway, just press interact your collision, blah, 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 blah. And just steal that stuff. Ground weapons. I need one for all structures, actually. Are we? No. It's a collidable. So it should be under all collidables, right? Then again, a registry view is very cheap. And iterating over a very small number of... Why am I doing this? I guess it's so you can get transform and sprite. You know what? Let's do more registry view stuff. I think it's cheap and cozy. Oops. So let's just do this. Whee. There's definitely a way we can refactor this to not be shit, don't worry. More. Because functionally this is the only different bit from the thing above it. I'm aware of that. Need obviously a better thing here. Maybe even just have structure.collapse. Might do some stuff in here in the future. Can I immediately change state in here? Yeah. I don't know. To do. Oh, I'm not rushing, but I am trying to get this done in like a few minutes, just to have something in place. Hello, Sana. Let me do this. Game name. The like prototype name was Woho, but I'm currently playing around with another name, but it's not finalized yet. It's not on Steam yet, so the name doesn't really matter. When it's on Steam, I'll let you know. I think it needs a little bit more time in the oven before. Although then again, I don't know what the... Hello, Alphonse. I don't know what the meta is. If people usually just try and get a Steam page open as soon as possible to get wish lists. Even if there's only screenshots of like a work in progress. I feel like to have something on Steam, you at least need to say like roughly when you think it'll release. And I have absolutely no idea. So, I guess I could set a deadline, but that would just disappoint. Anyway, let's see. This should work, and then we go to animation system. So we already do solo animations. We're also going to look for anything with a structure animation. I have to skip Miku because she'll get me copyright striked. I'm sorry, Miku. Sorry. Copyright strike, I don't know. The last couple videos have had muted sections, I think. I'm kind of worried about it now. Structure. I've done this stupidly. Yeah, kinda. This might work. And I don't know what system should handle structures, to be perfectly honest. So... weird to have it in the animation system, I think. Oh. I have something to say if it loops or not. Oh, I do. Loop animation. That's part of the sequence. Cool. Well, let's just let it loop destroying infinitely for a moment. I just want to see what happens. You should be able to... Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, Alphonse. I'm doing the... I was making some little upgrade stations. Oh, Zaka. Watch as my compiler runs. I guess I just poked a lot of places. Yeah. Let's see. We should be able to destroy these by pressing E on them now. Beautiful. Isn't it gorgeous? Wow. Just amazing. Let me think. Yeah, well, frame rate being 1 is probably why it was animating not very fast. Frame count could just be 4. Let's simplify things a bit for now. Alright, it should be animated now. Could also make it blow up when it finishes, so that'd be funny. That was quick. Now why are you doing that? This is okay. Here we go. Just chuck it in here for now. Move on with our life. Nah, do it in the animation system, it's fine. It's basically just an animation at this point. For now. That should work. Probably. I think. Frame rate of 4 should make it take a whole second. And then I don't have to deal with that elapsing timer thing. Let's see. Yeah, look, they're animating now. How fancy. Why does it immediately just... Nope. That's funny. Let's see. Maybe they're not being spawned with animation time of 0. Animation time is 22. Ah. If I go down here, are you going to be animation time something much higher? Yes. So they're simple. That's simple. Oh, is it? You need to somehow set the animation time to... Well... Just chuck spray on there. This is probably what I did last time. Huh? This might do it. Oh, the game's already running. I need to fix that. Wow. It's just like Metal Slug. You know, for a sprite I made in approximately 30 seconds, it does the job just okay, doesn't it? Great. Let's increase the frame rate to like 10, whatever. Okay. 1 minute. Good smaller level up thing. Let me just do this for now. So you should be able to interact with one of these now and get the level up screen. Wow. Amazing. I did it, chat. A game. Just like that. And you obviously can't interact with them when they're already on the floor. It does fit. I mean, obviously there won't just be 100 of them lying around like this, but you know, you get the idea, right? Probably should spawn them with a random start time, so they don't sync up quite so much. That does the job for now. I did it. Hey Henry, you just woke up, it's 11 PM. Yeah, I gotta go to bed, dude, I've got work tomorrow. It's midnight. Did you like the stream? I did. I did some stuff. What did I do? Oh, yeah. A revolver. You can do this now. Found the hammer works. Maybe switching weapons should turn off Found the Hammer? I don't know. Looking really good now. Thanks. It's very satisfying just running around right-clicking with Found the Hammer. As I expected. But yeah, look, I added these upgrade stations now. They're obviously very placeholder, but you get the idea, right? You could walk up to it when you've gotten a level already. You could walk up to it and pick an upgrade. I could make it so you have to shoot it to break it, but E works for now. Also, E is tied to the same thing as like pick up weapon, so probably need to think about that one a little bit. Anyway. It's nice, isn't it? It plays a little animation of some kind. Good for now. Does the job. Great work, me. I also got auto reload working the way I wanted to. You want to pop in and say hello? You're gonna wake up a bit and get food and some drinks. You got a lot of coding to do. He said everything. Nice. Good luck with your late night coding. Fix your sleep schedule. Unless this is intentional, in which case that's mad. Yeah, I gotta go. Ooh. Thanks for watching. See ya.